Good afternoon from Bar Louie. We are having lunch with Louie, and joining us is forward Garrett Vermeersch. And Garrett, hometown of Macomb, Michigan. I know it well. I was a Sterling Heights. I graduated from Henry Ford II, Ford Falcon, back in 1988. You, of course, don't remember 1988 because you weren't born until 1989. But talk to us a little bit about growing up in Macomb, Michigan. You ended up playing Little Caesars U18 before going to the USHL. So talk to us a little bit about growing up playing hockey in Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of hockey around Michigan, and the youth hockey is obviously extremely big there, and so it was something that I was influenced into from a really young age. And my father actually played all the way up until college hockey, and he was a big reason why I got into hockey. But yeah, I loved playing around there, and the AAA programs like Little Caesars and Bell Tire and those programs are amazing programs to play for, especially at a young age. So I think it really helped me kind of get to the next level.
Now, growing up, when I grew up, we played a ton on the ponds, and anything that froze, we ended up finding a way to skate on. I'm assuming you were kind of the same way. And then when you watch the NHL, just over this past weekend, we had the Outdoor Classic and the Centennial Classic. Do you enjoy watching those games? Take you back to skating on the ponds as a kid?
Yeah, absolutely. My dad actually used to always kind of build me a small rink in our backyard, and he'd make the makeshift boards with wood and just kind of fill it in, and it was something that I kind of always got into from a young age. And in terms of the outdoor games, I think those are obviously amazing games to be a part of, and very special events to be a part of. I was actually fortunate enough to play in an outdoor game at Fenway Park when I was at Northeastern.
Oh, cool.
Northeastern, yeah, we were playing BC, and actually even more fortunate enough to score a goal that game, and so it was really special to be a part of that, and to kind of be able to score a goal at Fenway Park is something that a lot of people don't necessarily get the chance to say. So yeah, it's really cool.
Just real quick about the dad building you the backyard rink. What was the farthest you found a puck in your neighborhood after the snow had all melted?
Oh yeah, they were everywhere. My dad was making trips to the hockey shop to buy new pucks all the time because they were in my neighbor's yard, and I'd have neighbors come bring some of my pucks back. So
after they're mowing the lawn in May and June.
Yeah.
Now, as you alluded to, you went to Northeastern University, which is a pretty prestigious academic institution. Tell us a little bit about your experience through that, as far as not just playing hockey, but also, like you said, the academic side of things.
Yeah, it was pretty tough, especially. So I played juniors in the USHL, and my first year in Cedar Rapids, I was still graduating high school, and then the next year in Lincoln, I was kind of out of school and just playing hockey, and kind of got the taste of living the dream that every kid wants to do, is just play hockey and do nothing else. So adjusting back to going to school, and even at a school like Northeastern, it was pretty tough off the bat, but they took the counselors and everything, they take really good care of you, and they kind of try and keep you on track. And so yeah, I mean, it was a really good experience, and I was fortunate to get my degree and finish off there. So yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah, do you have any big plans as far as one day when hockey is no longer an option? Are you going to use your degree towards a career after that?
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts of kind of what I want to do when I grow up. But
me too.
Yeah. But I have some different routes. I obviously want to coach, and that's been something that I've always wanted to do eventually. But finding the right spot to get into and the right situation, kind of getting your foot in the door in that aspect is tough. But yeah, I mean, I think I kind of want to stay in hockey as much as I can. My degree is actually in criminal justice, and
works great with hockey.
Right, yeah. Yeah. But I've thought about kind of going that route and maybe becoming a police officer or something, but I don't know, we'll see.
The way you did bust some schools.
Yeah, absolutely.
Northeastern University, I was just looking at some of the names that you played with, and some people in the Evansville area will recognize Robbie Vrolik, who came to camp with us at Jeff Pyle ECHL team back in 2011, 2012, and you also played with Josh Manson. What was it like to play with young Josh Manson?
It was good. I mean, when he came in, he was not the kid that he is, or the man that he is now. He was younger guy, but watching him develop and everything, and other guys such as Anthony Potetto, who's on Nashville, he was also there with me for a few years, and there was a lot of different guys that are in a very good spot, and he was always a great player and tough player, and so it's good to see him up there, and I'm happy for him.
You played Little Caesars U18 out of Detroit, which is, like you said, a huge junior program. Then you played in the USHL. With Lincoln, you had 17 goals, 28 assists. When did you know that you had it, that you had something different than a lot of other people, that you were going to be able to play professional hockey?
I think kind of a little bit of an eye-opener for me, or something that kind of got me going confidence-wise was when I was in Lincoln. I was approached by an agent who wanted to represent me, or advisor, and kind of stepped back and was just like, oh wow, I'm getting some interest there. And then shortly after that, Northeastern came around, and I ended up getting a scholarship there to play the following year. And so I think it was a couple of those events kind of maybe I can make something of this, but my dreams were always obviously to play professional hockey and ultimately in the NHL. So it was something that I was going to work towards either way, but I think those things were something that kind of gave me the confidence and the thought that I might be able to do something with it.
Just one last question for you, and then we'll play the game. How well do you know you? You've skated with Knoxville, you've skated with Peoria, now you come to this expansion team. What are the pros and cons of an expansion franchise? There's, struggled a little bit in the standings. We had a good spike lately in the wins column, but it's still an expansion franchise. A lot of people going through it for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, it's actually not the first time that I've been through an expansion. Peoria was an expansion program when my first year there. And there's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of adversity that you kind of have to overcome. You don't have a core group of guys that you have coming back at the beginning of the year like every other team. So you have those things, and I think it's just kind of working out the kinks. And we started out pretty slow my first year in Peoria, and we ended up making it to playoffs. And I think it's just something that you kind of it's a long tedious process, and you got to figure out what works and the guys that you want in there, or coach wants in there, and I think you keep going, keep battling as the punches are thrown. So I think we'll be all right, and things have been turning around lately, and so I think everything will be all right.
You ready to play the game?
Yeah,
well, does Garrett Vermeersch know Garrett Vermeersch? And as we say on every broadcast, because I don't trust any of the fans in the Evansville area, this is not to make fun of our hockey players. This is to make fun of the internet, and that just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's actually factual. And also that radio broadcasters aren't the best at organizing questions and or answers. So, our first question. Macomb County, Michigan has a population of 840,978 people. Does that make it the third most populous county, the 10th most populous county, or the 15th most populous county in Michigan?
I'd say probably the 10th.
It is actually the third most populous county. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, me either.
Northeastern University. Which of these is not a school color? Northeastern red, snow white, warm gray, or black? Which one of those is not a school color?
Warm gray.
No, warm gray is a color. Snow white is not. Again, this is according to Wikipedia. We have found problems with that in the past. Northeastern started as Evening Institute for Young Men in what year? 1858, 1898, 1918, or 1938?
What was the
1858 or 1898?
1858.
It is 1898.
Got a
Shutout going here. Which is not an NHL player from Macomb County. So 3 of these 4 NHLers are from Macomb County. Danny DeKaiser, Doug Waite, Dylan Larkin, or Matt Hunwick?
Doug Waite.
No, Doug Waite from Warren, Michigan. Dylan Larkin was not. Which of these musicians is not from Macomb County? Kid Rock, Ace Frehley from Kiss, Kid Rock, Eminem, or Alice Cooper?
It's not from Macomb County?
Yep.
Say the guy from Kiss.
Ace Frehley, that is correct. You're officially better than Justin McDonald at this point.
Nice.
What is the name of the Northeastern University mascot? Is it Charles, Henry the Husky, or Paws?
Pause.
It is Paws. And Matthews Arena, built in 1910, was originally the home of the Boston Bruins, the New England Whalers, or the Carolina Hurricanes.
Boston Bruins.
It is the Boston Bruins. Way to come on strong at the end. Thank you very
And it's
much.
the oldest hockey arena in the entire world.
Ah, that I did not know. We'll give you a bonus point for that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Garrett Vermeersch joining us here with lunch at Louie's.